Miss Niven, is your husband going to appear?
He said he was, yes.
Okay, we'll wait for him to show up.
Thank you, sir.
Just while we're waiting for him to show up, Miss Niven, are you staying at the 200 Briarwood Drive?
Yes, Your Honor, I am.
Okay, just that's where the medical support reimbursement will be sent. So
Yes.
just make sure you keep that address current.
Okay, yes, sir.
And then it currently lists his address also at 200 Briarwood. So is he staying there?
Yeah.
Okay.
He is currently.
Is there still a note on the Dodge Dakota?
No, Your Honor.
About the Hyundai Sonata?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, so you're getting the Sonata. And are both of you on that note?
No, Your Honor, it's just in my name.
Okay. What's the approximate date that y'all separated?
I filed in November. He has not yet moved out of the residence with us. So
I can look here. Do you remember about when you filed?
it was filed November 13th.
Okay. 2020?
Yes.
Okay. And what's this one debt that says that Ryan Diven is going to pay $3,699 out of an account with an account number? What's that?
We have two Parent Plus loans for our oldest son still outstanding. So I gave him one and myself the other.
Okay. Are you going to want a name change?
No, Your Honor, I'm going to keep it while the children are young.
All right, Mr. Diven, if I can get you to unmute.
Does that work?
That works. I can hear you fine. So before we get started, just want to go over a couple things. So y'all have agreed there'll be zero child support. Is that, Ms. Diven,
Yes,
is
sir.
that your agreement?
Yes,
Yes,
Your
sir.
Honor.
Okay. But then, Mr. Diven, you're going to pay money for medical support to reimburse her for insurance.
Yes, sir.
That's your understanding? I just want to point out. Marked it here. On page 14, it just says where you'll send that money. So you're to send $150 a month to an address in San Antonio, and then they will forward that to Miss Diven.
Okay.
And it's real important to make sure that you send it to that address, because that way they keep a record of it. And 3, 4, 5 years from now, there's a question whether or not you paid something. You'll go there and it'll be real clear. And so if you give her extra money for any reason, that doesn't count toward this medical support. And when did you want that to begin?
It can begin when he gets his check in May. I think he doesn't get paid until mid-month.
Okay, so do you want it on May 1st then?
The 15th is fine. Or does it have to be the 1st?
It does not?
The 15th of the month would be good. Thank you, sir.
Okay. So again, you'll send a check to the Child Support Disbursement Unit, Post Office Box. It's listed in the decree, $150 a month, and have the first one there by May 15th. So, Mr. Diven, are you can just send them a check, or is that gonna? I see that you're saying there's not going to be any withholding, so it'll just be up to you to send the check.
Okay. Yes, sir.
Okay. And then the other thing, just want to make sure it's fine if you all agree to it. So on page, how old is Ella?
Ella is 13, Emma is 14.
Okay. So there's just an agreement on page 6 that both of you are going to keep the children in the Belleville ISD. So for the next, 5+ years, the kids will stay in Belleville ISD. So that's your agreement.
Yes,
Yes,
Your
sir.
Honor.
And who are they primarily going to live with?
Their primary address will be with me, but they will be allowed to be with their dad as often as they would
Yeah.
like.
And that's great. Just realize, Miss Devon, if they're primarily with you, Mr. Divin could move outside of Belleville ISD if he wants to, but with the way this is written, you'll have to stay in Belleville ISD.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, so y'all ready to go?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, then this is clause number 2020L7738, the matter of the marriage of Penny Divin and Brian Divin. Let me get both of you to raise your right hands. Do you and each of you solemnly swear the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, so Ms. Divin, you are the petitioner in this case. So do you have the sample testimony ready?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, if you would go through that.
Your Honor, my name is Penny Divin. I filed the suit for divorce from my spouse, Brian Divin. At the time I filed for divorce, I have lived in Texas for at least the last 6 months and in Austin County for at least the last 90 days. I am asking for a divorce because our marriage has become unworkable and there is no reasonable expectation that we will get back together. My spouse and I have 3 children who are under the age of 18 or still in high school. I ask that custody, visitation, and support for our children be ordered as set out in the decree of the divorce as I have presented to the court. I believe that these orders will be in our children's best interest. I am not, or have I been pregnant with anybody else during this marriage. I ask that our property and debts be divided as set out in the divorce decree I have presented to the court, and I believe that this is a fair division for both my spouse and I. And I am not requesting a name change. I respectfully ask the court to grant my divorce.
All right, so Mr. Divin, do you have any questions that you want to ask Ms. Divin about her testimony?
No, sir.
And then Mr. Divin, do you have anything that you want to add?
Just very sorry this is happening. I'm not what I wanted, but I mean, I don't know what else to say, so I'm very nervous.
Okay, that's all right. Okay, well then I will grant the divorce, approve the property division, and approve the terms for the support and custody of the children, and find that's in their best interest. So if either one of you want to come up and get a copy of this decree, you'll just come up to the clerk's office on the 2nd floor.
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right, thank you. You're all
Thank you.
excused.